So I'm going to show my students who are online only and don't have the option of coming into the studio how you can make the slab for your coil base without using the slab roller. So I have my 3 pounds of clay, and just like if I was going to use the slab roller, I don't want to take all my clay. So I'm only taking like maybe a third of it. So if you notice, I still have this big hunk and I just have this small piece to make my base. I can set my big hunk of clay aside. So in order to make a flat slab that's even in thickness, I'm just going to start by kind of pressing down on it, and then I'm going to toss it. I'm going to toss it again. So at home you should have a board with some canvas on it, and this is going to allow you to toss that clay out. So it's kind of like, I don't know, throwing pie crust or pizza dough, but I want to try to get it to stretch out a little bit before I roll. Now we're still trying to keep the thickness consistent, and so that's where you need to be really careful with your rolling pin. So I don't want to press as hard as I can at first. I'm just going to press a little bit, and that's going to make it stretch out. So right now I can see that my outer edges are thinner than the middle, so the middle is what I want to focus on then. And I'm just going to roll a little bit. So I want to be careful that I don't make this bottom too thin or too flimsy, because I want to be able to attach my coils to it, and I want to be able to have that support. Now, some of your rolling pins are not in the best of shape. They have some nicks and cuts into them, so that might create some things on your surface. So it is okay to use your metal rib. So I have my smooth metal rib, or you can use your rubber rib. Again, I'm going to check for air pockets, and I'm going to also smooth out any nicks and bumps kind of from my rolling pin. I want to do one side, and then I want to flip it over. Now, I can't guarantee the thickness of your slab because I don't have enough rolling pins to truly, I guess I have enough rolling pins, I don't have enough sticks to truly let you know how thick it is. So it's just going to be a matter of you trying to figure out, okay, it's really high in the middle or it's really thin on those edges. So it is thin on my edges, and let's say I'm going to cut kind of a circle shape. And it's okay to use something at home to cut around. So maybe you have a can, maybe you have a coffee can, maybe you have something that's circular shaped. This actually didn't turn out very circular, turned out more like an oval. Another thing I could do is to draw my shape on a piece of paper and then cut around that paper to make the shape that I want. Again, I'm taking my scraps and I'm adding them into my clay pile because that's what I'm going to use to make my coils. But simply by flattening the clay a little bit and then using that rolling pin, I was able to get a slab that's pretty even in thickness. Okay, so hopefully that will help you get started since you don't have access to the slab roller.